It's week 6 and I'm your teacher Anju Malik. Today we are going to move another topic, that is volcano and hotspot and volcanic eruption. You have studied about what is the volcano and what is the type of the volcanoes. Now the objectives of the topic is to understand the volcanic eruption and to get concept of the volcanics at hotspots. The sixth criteria is to read the text carefully, to underline the important point, and to understand the content of the videos.
A hotspot is a localized source of high heat energy that sustains volcanism. It is not an isolated shallow magma reservoir beneath the crust, nor is it a pipe of magma that streams from the outer core. One theory holds that hotspots may begin as a blowtorch-like thermal perturbation in a zone between the liquid outer core and overlying mantle about 2,900 kilometers deep. The thermal plume allows solid yet mobile mantle to rise very slowly and convect outward. Convection is the process by which heated material rises and cooler material sinks. Although magma may be generated as deep as 1,500 kilometers, individual blobs do not traverse the entire mantle. Let's zoom in to look at the onset of hotspot volcanism beneath a moving plate. As each pocket of melt stalls, its heat is transferred to adjacent rock. This transfer continues to the base of the tectonic plate, where decreased pressure facilitates rock melting. The magma that forms at the base of this plate rises through the plate in a network of cracks and shallow chambers and erupts on the surface. Over hundreds of thousands of years, large volcanoes build on top of the plate. The weight of the volcanoes bends the plate downward. Volcanoes that spent their constructive life over the thermal plume slowly get rafted away on the moving plate, and new volcanoes build in their place. Multiple dikes can feed several volcanoes from separate conduits. The moving plate drags the thermal plume with it. This can explain why volcanoes can erupt again after centuries of quiescence, even after they have moved off the center of the hotspot. However, erosion greatly outpaces volcanism as eruptions wane, and the buoyant effect of the plume diminishes, allowing the volcano to subside.
The surface of the Earth, the crust, is comprised of a number of tectonic plates, which are constantly moving slowly at about the rate your fingernails grow. Most volcanic activity occurs at the places where these plates meet, the plate boundaries. The large layer of rock beneath the Earth's crust is called the mantle. This is mostly solid, but in certain places it can melt to become magma. This causes volcanic activity. At mid-ocean ridges, tectonic plates move apart. This creates space for the mantle rock below to rise. As it moves upwards, the pressure on the rock decreases, allowing it to melt. When the magma reaches the surface, the ocean water causes it to cool, creating giant pillow-like formations of a rock called basalt. These rocks make up most of the sea floor. At subduction plate boundaries, a thin oceanic plate slides under a thicker continental plate. The oceanic plate is saturated with water, which it drags down into the Earth. At around 60 miles deep, the water trapped inside is released, which reduces the melting point of the surrounding rock, allowing it to melt. This melted rock cools as it rises. Different minerals cool at different rates, and one of the last to cool is silica. The magma which eventually reaches the surface is silica-rich, which makes it thick and gloopy. Because the magma is so thick, the gases released on melting get trapped in large bubbles. When one of these reaches the surface, it bursts. This is what causes an explosive volcanic eruption. There are also a number of so-called volcanic hotspots away from plate boundaries. Here, mantle rock is melted by a plume of heat originating from deep in the Earth. The Hawaiian Islands were formed over one such hotspot and still contain the world's most active volcano, Kilauea.